And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Mobley.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Cavaliers. Sexton comes in for P. Cleveland with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Clark against Markkanen. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Melton. And that one hits back iron. Timeout called, Cleveland. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Punch, counter punch, impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Cleveland.
The three-pointer has been a major weapon for them in early stages. I mean, they'd be smart to keep moving and working on the perimeter.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones out there with the Anthony Melton. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then there's Kyle Anderson. And it's Tillman in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And Brandon Clark, a dangerous finisher. Not only as a dunker, but his floater game is on point as well.
Well, you see why the Sean Marion comparisons are made. I mean, that great touch combined with this vertical leap, they make him a handful inside.
And so it's Memphis with it after Cleveland got the three-pointer. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. The Cavaliers pull it in.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
They get it back. Markkanen passes to Love. Here's Champ. There's the triple. The rebound by Anderson. Lobbed up there for Clark. He can't get that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Grizzlies trailed by 11. So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. As a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And Cleveland also making a change. Allen's checked in, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A massive energy force. Adams is about 270, and that's all nasty. Very hard to contain, and he draws a lot of fouls.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And I've heard Adams is a big gamer, video games. I mean, he doesn't watch sports in his off time like a lot of guys. He'd rather have a controller in his hand. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score, just great ball movement.
And finished off by Morant.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Here's P. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.